Hi everyone, Danielle Salber here from Boxing Therapy, and I'm coming to you live from a totally different environment today. Right here, I am visiting one of my most favorite spots in nature. And I'm actually sharing this video because I'm in one of my most favorite spots in nature. And this video is actually going to run through a technique that allows us to connect with our senses and the environment. And it's a technique that when I label in a moment, and those of you who've heard of it have probably only learned it connected to panic attacks or anxiety. And this is actually a technique that I love to use and practice when I'm specifically in places that I feel calm and connected, and when my neuroplasticity is at its best because I'm in a creative mode. So this technique is called the 5-4-3-2-1. Now what this is it takes all of our senses, our 5 senses, and allows us to be totally in the moment and to be in that sense and to feel the environment and connect to it in order to make sure that our brain is in the moment. It's a mindfulness technique. Now, if we practice this only when we're in crisis, we're not expected to learn it. When we're in crisis modes, we're having a challenging moment. We're vulnerable, we're scared. We're not expected to think our most rational self and bring our tools out. So I invite you to practice this technique where you can actually enjoy your environment. And that's why I'm doing it out here. So together with me, here's what we're gonna do. I invite you to first experience 5 things that you can see in your environment. So look out for 5 things that you see in your environment. Right here, right now, I can see rocks and the water and trees and the clouds and the blue sky and the mountains. Oops, I think I went too far. I hope you found 5 in your environment. So the next thing that we're going is 4 things that we can hear, okay? Now, sometimes there aren't 4 things, so maybe your voice or the sound that you make with your fingers. But if you can find 4 things in your environment right now, I invite you to do that. I just heard the waves coming in, some birds in the distance. There's some chatter over there, and the sound of my voice. Now, continuing this on, I invite you to find 3 things that you can touch, that you can actually feel with your hands or part of your body. So you can touch your fingers. Ooh, I already did that. Right now, I'm gonna touch the water because it's here. Ooh, it's really refreshing. There's also a rock. There we go. I hope you found 3 things that you can touch and experience and be really in the moment. Now, mindfulness, what is it? It's what's our mind full of. So let's continue on. I invite you now to find 2 things that you smell. Now again, depending on where you are, maybe you're like, I don't have 2 things to smell. Well, guess what? There's 2 smells even on you. So, I don't know, how about hair? There we go. And, well, I am out here, so, ooh, I smell the nature. There's actually a little bit of a sulfur smell out here, so, I don't know, some people don't like that. I happen to love it. I guess you get used to it, especially for hot, beautiful springs. Anyway, the last and final one is 1 thing that you can taste. Now, you don't have to have anything in your mouth to enjoy, or not enjoy if you don't like the taste in there, but to feel what's going on and taste what's in your mouth. So I invite us to take a moment to just do that. I can taste my fruit shake. That was a long time ago. So I hope that this kind of was a little bit enjoyable, and the purpose of this is actually to be able to use it as a grounding technique for if your mind is going somewhere that you can't bring it back yourself, right? If you're having some kind of panic or you're really stressed, you're about to take an exam and you're like, my heart is out to here. I don't know, first date, right? You can run through this a few times until your body feels back in the moment and you have all of your senses to use, because our senses are here for us to interact and for us to be. So the more that we can get to know them, the more that we can find what we like, what we don't like, the different sensations that use more brain energy or less, that's when we can actually use more of our brain cells for growth and for integrating what we need to do. So I wish us all a blessing that we really enjoy and get to interact with all of our senses, and that we can use techniques when we need them and be able to enjoy practicing so that when we need them, they're there.